If you don't know, I'm on TikTok and Instagram. Will he leave his wife? No, they never do. You shouldn't be in a relationship like that. It's bad karma. Good morning, good morning. You made it, woohoo! I hope everybody had a great weekend. I did. It was awesome. It was a good one. Yesterday, we missed Mother's Day with me and my kids because they were out of town at a wedding last weekend. And so yesterday, my oldest cooked a dinner for me, and we all just like celebrated Mother's Day last night together. He cooked out on the grill. He's so good at that. But yeah, so it was a great day. And then Saturday, I introduced my youngest. Do y'all remember the movie Cujo? I was looking for an 80s movie to watch, and I was like, Jackson, have you ever seen Cujo? He's like, no. So we watched Cujo. It was interesting to watch it after all these years. Thank you. Busy cleaning out stuff. Let me move this so I can see. Busy cleaning out stuff. It felt so good to get Dad organized a little. Good for you, Denise. You're such a good daughter. We put number tags on our cattle this weekend. It's always, oh man, I bet that's loads of fun. And as y'all can see, I still have my cold sore, but it's healing, thank goodness. I've got some lysine coming today. I couldn't get it this weekend, so it's coming today. But I've been putting this stuff, I didn't have anything to put on it. Have y'all ever heard of Prid? It's in that orange can. It's like a drawing salve. I put that on it, and you guys, I think that's helped it to like process faster, you know? Good morning, Mom. Is this a good time for change and moves astrologically? I'm not an astrologer. It depends on your chart. It depends on your numerology, all of that. Let's see. Okay, so if you're new here, welcome in. We do this every Monday and Friday. We're going to do a weekly Tarotscope. So what that means is I'm going to draw tarot for each day, Monday through Thursday. And then on Friday, we're going to look at Friday through Sunday. Okay, why we do this? Because you need to know what's possibly coming up for you so you can handle it instead of just like seeing something happening to you, or if it's like really positive energy, you need to capitalize off of it. Okay, what we're going to do first is we're going to listen to the bowl sing, because this bowl is attuned to your heart chakra and it realigns your heart chakra, because any major vibration that you're near, that you listen to, that you open up to, your body resonates to that vibration, okay? All you do is sit back, listen, and relax. Let the bowl sing and breathe. Make sure you relax your shoulders. Make sure you relax your jaw, everything. If you can sit with your feet on the ground, that's great. If not, that's okay. But just sit relaxed and just listen to the bowl, okay? Here we go. Just breathe. Now let's all collectively take one super deep breath in. Expand your lungs, pick up any heaviness. Now blow it out quickly. Get it out of you, okay? Now we can get started. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our fairy blessing first, and then y'all are going to pick the deck that we use, and we're going to find out what's coming up this weekend. Hang on, there's a lot of messages coming up. Hey, Charlotte. Whoops, hang on, Heather. You coughed it out. Good, 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 good. Okay, just want to make sure. It looked like I was missing some. Okay, so let's get our fairy blessing for the week, and then y'all are going to pick the deck that we use, and we'll get started with the reading. All right, what is our fairy blessing for this week? It's officially Gemini season, you guys. So if you're a Gemini sun, happy birthday. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, right? It's all about communication and movement. It's all about, because Mercury is the messenger, right? It likes to move fast, so it's messages coming to you. So it could be messages of opportunity. I mean, lots of great things. We have Venus going into Gemini on Thursday, so you might receive some lovely, heartfelt messages from people. It's good. All right, so what is our fairy blessing for this week? Oops. Ooh, a blessing of clear foresight. We do get this one quite often. Excuse me. This is number 40. So 40, remember we talked about this the other day. 40 is that shift in life. 5 in numerology is a pivot. It's a shift. But the number 40 is a significant number when it comes to metaphysics, okay? It's a shift in your perspective, shift in your perception, a shift in what you value and what you don't. Like when you hit 40 years old, right? You're like, no, this doesn't resonate with me anymore, or I just don't give a shit about this petty stuff anymore. You know, it's like a freeing of sorts, because you become more enlightened about yourself and about life, okay? So when we have a blessing of clear foresight, you're going to be able to see things clearly from a new enlightened perspective, okay? I like that. So now let's pick the deck. Okay, y'all choose in the comments. Vote only once, please, and then help me keep track of which deck wins in the comments, okay? So we have deck 1, the Wizard's Tarot, or we have deck 2, the Kipper deck. Which one would y'all rather me use? Deck 1 or deck 2? 1 or 2? Let me know in the comments, and only vote once, please. I can't see. I should know better than to wear a white shirt, but I love it. I think 1 so far getting it on TikTok. So 1 or 2? Instagram is tying it up. One or 2. Like I said, just vote once. So it looks like Instagram is undecided. Let me see on TikTok. Hang on, I have to use this thing so I can actually see. Y'all are mixing it up too. Who's keeping count? It looks like ones may have had it on TikTok. Ones have it on Instagram. Okay, thank you, Melanie. Oops. Looks like ones are winning. Okay, so thank you, Heather. Okay, so we'll use 1, and then we'll draw 1 from the Kipper deck later. How about that? Y'all know I love the Kipper deck. It's an interesting deck. It's a Lenormand deck. So it's kind of like tarot and oracle put together-ish. So it's fun. It's pretty straightforward. Okay, so let's use the Wizard's Tarot and see what we need to know that's coming up this week, Monday through Thursday. I do love the Wizard's Tarot as well. I like the imagery. Okay, what do we need to know that's coming up this week? All right, so for today, Monday, we have the Two of Wands in reverse, okay? So when the Two of Wands is in reverse, it indicates making a decision to move forward. However, excuse me, if you don't have a plan for moving forward and leaving the past in the past, then you're going to have some issues, okay? So if you have any travel plans today, they might get a little bit, I don't want to say thwarted, but like you might have a few hiccups. This is minor arcana, so it's not a huge deal. You might have some delays if you're traveling. You might hit some golly, what is going on with my throat? You might hit some traffic, but otherwise, it's not a good plan to... My brain is working so fast. Speaking of Gemini, your brain's going to be on overload. Okay, Gemini is fast-moving information. It's the twins. It's always going tick, 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 tick. So that my brain is working faster than it should. Okay, if you're trying to make travel plans, today might not be the best day because there might be something that you miss, a detail that you miss. Okay, so slow down and make sure you're looking at everything. You might have travel plans get canceled or delayed. It's okay, pause and breathe. Otherwise, this is about moving forward, making that decision to move forward with something because you've accomplished one thing, now you're ready for the next, but you need to make sure that you have a plan, okay? All right, so tomorrow we have the Emperor in reverse. Now, remember, this energy can be collectively as far as like societal or it can be personally. When we see the Emperor in reverse, this can represent government or the military. You know, there's something going on in society that we notice because the Emperor is a major arcana. Also, whenever he's reversed, he can be really destructive. He can be somebody that's not doing what's best for the empire. Hang on, you guys. My freaking nose is running. I thought it wasn't going to do that today, but it is. Hold on. Okay. Anywho, so when we look at the Emperor, he is Mars energy, okay? He is Aries energy. So when he's in reverse, very much so in his ego. So if you're dealing with somebody personally that's in their ego that is like, you know, selfish or overbearing or just like destructing everything, like their business, their relationship, something like that, you need to take a step back, or it'll be best for you to take a step back and evaluate the situation as far as like, do I want to put myself in this situation? Like, is this healthy for me? You know, is this person in their ego so much to where they can't even see me? Okay, are you doing anything? Are you taking action towards destruction or construction? Does that make sense? Because this could be you. Okay, the Emperor is somebody who acts without thinking because he just wants to do things for his own egoic being. Okay, does that make sense? Not a good energy. He could be overly aggressive. He could be somebody who's just like, I'm going to make this happen and I don't care what the consequences are. We don't do that. So I feel like this one, really honestly, you guys, I feel like this is going to be more society-driven energy that we see happen. Okay, that's just my own personal opinion as far as what I'm feeling from the card. It could be different for everybody. Let's see. May I ask a question? Can I and my best friend become best friends again? Can I fix our friendship? Depends on what happened. Honestly, that's between you and this other person. Depends on what happened. If you broke trust, then probably not. But yeah, it really depends on the situation. I can't just give you advice based on that limited information. But I mean, those are relationships that are similar to like love relationships. You know, it takes a lot of trust, it takes a lot of respect and give and take. So if that's not happening in the connection, if there's been broken trust or something like that, then probably not. I'm going through a separation with my narcissistic 15-year relationship right now, and I'm hoping it isn't referring to him. I mean, it could be because he can also represent the divorced man, okay? Because he and the Empress are married. So when he's in reverse, he absolutely can represent the divorced man. So it could be that you're deciding to leave somebody. This would be very specific to only like a microscopic amount of you that are like, you know what? I'm finally deciding to leave the past in the past. I'm done with this. And then here he comes and he's like, well, what the fuck? You know, he's mad because he's going to start trying to control everything, right? A lot of people have experienced divorce where you don't think it's going to ever happen to you, but they start moving money, they start doing things, they start brainwashing the kids, and it's not just men, it could be women too, but it's just like, here comes the shit show, right? So it very well could be. Let's look at Wednesday. We'll put it all together in a minute. The Wednesday card, we have the King of Pentacles. This is a really good energy, okay? The King of Pentacles is somebody who is ruled by Venus, and they love luxury, okay? So you could be feeling like making a decent purchase on Wednesday. Don't go overboard, okay? Don't spend more than you have, because he does love luxury, but he has the money to enjoy it. If you want to make business moves, Wednesday is the day to do it, okay? Because he is the business owner. He is the one who, he's ruled by Venus, but he's also Taurus energy. So he's very practical with what he does with his business and money. So he can afford to, surround himself in luxuries. It's a good thing. And like I said, Venus is going to be moving into Gemini on Thursday. So I think it's been in Taurus, and now it's going to move into Gemini. So you might have some sort of good positive communication when it comes to, it could be your siblings, could be a loved one, anything like that. It's like a good conversation, okay? So the King of Pentacles is really good energy, but he's telling you to think practically before you do anything. Make sure you have the money to spend before you go out and spend it. Watch what you're consuming, right? He consumes things that are good for his body. He has an exercise program. He's doing all the things. He's not one who's being self-sabotage, okay? Self-sabotage on a big scale, taking care of yourself and doing what is right step by step, okay? So let's look at Thursday. Ooh, Thursday we have the Hanged Man. Interesting. Oh, also on Wednesday is when we're doing the collective Reiki and sound bath session. So if you didn't see the email where I said the day has changed from Thursday to Wednesday, remember that, because this is going to be our first live one, right? You don't want to miss it. So it's going to be on Wednesday, the 22nd, not Thursday, the 23rd. Got it? Let me check the comments right quick before I get on this Hanged Man card. It's going to be at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. You want my book? Get it. There is on Amazon today. It's showing that it's unavailable on paperback. I don't know why it's saying that. It was saying it yesterday, and I was thinking because I had fixed a design issue. It was just me and my OCD, and I had to republish it. And so it's republished yesterday. So I was thinking, well, maybe the system's playing catch up, and it could be still playing catch up. So if it's still saying that the paperback is not available, give it a day or two, and it should show back up. It's probably the system trying to catch up. My husband and I have been going through it. 31-year marriage, and he cheated. Girl, not sure what to do. You know what to do. You're probably just arguing with yourself because it's hard. It's 31-year marriage. That's a long time. And I'm sorry that happened. I'm studying tarot now, self-studying actually. Can I know if this is the right path for me? If it feels right, yeah. You'll know in due time. If it feels right, go for it, yeah. You've been led to tarot for a reading, or for a reason, not a reading. You're dealing with an Aries, okay? You were trying to order this morning? Yeah, just give it a day or two and see. I'm going to contact them and ask them why it's showing up that way. But you got the hardcover and you love it? Yay, good. Same here, was married 22 years. He was mad when I left. Oh, gosh, yeah. They do. They're like, how dare you leave me? Okay, so let's look at the Hanged Man on Thursday. So when the Hanged Man shows up, he's telling you to take a pause on Thursday. He's like, hey, stop and smell the roses. Look at things from a different perspective, because there might be something. It's not like, oh God, shit's falling apart. No, he just wants you to take a look at something from a higher perspective, from a spiritual perspective. There's something here that you need to see on Thursday, okay? The Hanged Man also makes sacrifices in order to gain enlightenment. So it could be that one of the sacrifices is you need to declutter. One of the sacrifices is you need to give up toxic food or alcohol, or maybe a self-sabotage behavior. There's something here that we all have to sacrifice something that is not meant for us in order for us to gain this enlightenment. Because when you are constantly putting yourself or putting these toxic things above yourself and your journey, then that's really going to keep you down here. It's going to keep you stuck, right? So the Hanged Man he's hanging from the tree of knowledge because he wants to understand things from that spiritual perspective. He wants to see what life is like through that spiritual lens. Okay, so if you're dealing with a situation, step back and look at it from your spiritual perspective, because a lot of people are like straight up in their ego, right? It's easy to get stuck in your ego. But when you step back and you look at something from a higher perspective, and it's not this delusional perspective, it's not, oh, well, I have to be love and light all the time. Maybe it's because you need to set stricter boundaries for your spiritual self, for your higher connection, okay? Because there's going to be some instances where you might get sucked back into a situation and people might be like, yeah, well, maybe you should, maybe you just, but if it's something that is crossing a boundary for you, you step back, okay? Don't put yourself back in a situation that's not good for you, that never was good for you. Look at it from that higher perspective. Set the boundary if need be. Sacrifice, sacrifice means to let go of something, and then move forward. Does that make sense? Oh, look at that, 10 of Swords. See, I told you, don't go back to the past. What's done is done is done. Okay? Also, with us moving into Gemini season, swords are all about thoughts, ideas, and communication. Your mind's going to be going like crazy. So it's going to be up to you to try to focus the mind, because the 10 goes next to the 1, like in tarot, numerology wise. Starts back over at the 1, okay? When we get to the court cards, those are representing people, okay? So the 10, we go all the way to the 10, reach the epitome of something, and now we're going to 1. 1 is a new, fresh perspective, a focused mind, which can help you to be successful in whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, okay? So whatever you reach this peak of, especially probably on Thursday, you might reach that, and you're like, okay, I'm ready to let this stuff go. I'm ready to focus on something, focus maybe on one thing, and make that really good. That one thing's going to be different for everybody. This is a collective reading. So it could be you're deciding to write something. You're deciding to create something. You're deciding to start a business. Whatever this is for you, it's that one thing, okay? But you have to focus your energy on that, because today and tomorrow might feel a little unfocused. But there's some decisions that need to be made today as far as like, where do you want to go from here, and do you have some sort of plan? And it could be on Tuesday that you start taking action as far as deconstructing something. But if you're starting something new, I would wait until Wednesday. That's my own personal opinion as far as what the cards are telling me. I would wait to start something new on Wednesday, okay? Because Tuesday is all about deconstruction, but it's also about let's not take action on that yet. Okay, because he's in reverse. Make sense? For you, it's finishing school with an A. You got this. You can do it. Can a Leo and Libra work well in a relationship together? Yeah. Because the air and the fire, they fan the flames. Hang on, it's hiding your comment, Domingo. I have not got my P.O. box yet. Working on graduation open house. Nice. You better not go back, Domingo. Your husband is an Aries. Ooh, yeah. Not an easy energy. I got invoice for sound bath, but I thought I bundled the new group. Email me, Heather, and I can check on that for you. Because if you don't, like if you bundled up, it should let you automatically go up, but let me check on that for you, because if you didn't cancel the other one, since we had to move everybody over, it's still a process of everybody getting moved over to the new platform. I still have like 100 people that have not like acknowledge the move, but they're still in it. So it looks like it's a beating. But yeah, so email me and I'll check on that for you. You're a Scorpio, but husband is an Aries. Ooh, water and fire are not the best. Two very intense energies, two cardinal signs you've got. So it wouldn't surprise me if y'all butt heads pretty strongly. Okay, so let's get one from the Kipper deck. Let's see what else we need to know. Let's see. And you know what? Also, since we got the blessing of clear foresight, you see this little crystal ball lit up on his desk, right? That's his crystal ball of foresight, of where he needs to go, right? But this is in reverse, so he's not really seeing it, okay? It might not be very clear until Thursday. That might be when you gain this clarity, you gain this other perspective as far as whatever situation you're dealing with, okay? That just popped up to me as I was staring at him. Because what does the crystal ball do? It allegedly looks into the future, or it can look into other timelines, right? But when it's in reverse, you can't really see that. Let's see. There we go. We have thoughts. Isn't that interesting? We're talking about foresight, and now we have thoughts. So what is number one? One is the self. One is creation. It is focused energy. Six is harmony. It is love. It is nurturing. It's relationship type energy. Two is more like connections and relationships, but this is like love, like giving harmonious love back and forth, okay? So we have these thoughts. It's like, what are you thinking about? Remember, I told you, the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Swords, lots of thoughts, lots of stuff going on, okay? And it's like, God, I've had enough. It's too much. And look, right behind it, we have the Lovers. Lovers is Gemini energy, and it's needing to make right decisions for you, okay? What is it that you desire? What is your ego desire, and what is your soul telling you? It's going to tell you two different things, right? There's always two or three sides to a story, right? So it's saying you have to focus your thoughts on what it is that you want. Remember how I said we always have this picture up here in our head of what we think our future life is going to be like, and we keep it here? Stop. My God. Sorry, somebody keeps going, trying to like join my live off and on. Stop. It's not going to happen. Anywho, we see he's got this mental picture of this image of this perfect woman, right? So this could be your perfect scenario, your perfect life that you're always thinking of. Well, you have to heal your situation now, as far as you got to do some things that are going to get you out of this stuck situation. It could be just your thoughts. It could be just your emotions. It could be you referring back to the past. It doesn't have to mean that you're going through all this drama right now. It could be that it's ruminating over and over in your mind. So it's like, think beautiful, healthy thoughts. And then we add these together to become 7. 7 is that spiritual number. It's like, look at it from that higher perspective and realize that, you know, some things just need to stay in the past. Some need to be behind. Okay, I think it finally disconnected that person from the live. God bless, that was annoying. These trolls, like scammers, whatever, come on here on my TikTok all the time and try to join the live, and I'm constantly having to decline it. So that's why you see me always like pushing the button. It's annoying. Anywho, so watch your thoughts this week, because like I said, we just came into Gemini season. Your thoughts are going to be going. Some of them are going to be trash, right? Some of them you just need to let them go. Some of them are going to be really productive, right? Because we have the Ten of Swords. We have all these thoughts, but we need to go back to the one. Okay, we need to focus the mind, focus the energy, and that's going to be the one that helps you to move forward. Make sense? You feel the thought chaos? Yeah. And you know, it's tough with, you know, my oldest son is a Gemini, and his brain is always going, and I feel for him. but it's also a blessing because you can see multiple sides of things, right? Because they're a mutable sign. So it's always moving, always morphing, always changing. And so we have to use that to our advantage, kind of like very ADHD, right? That's how my mind works, very ADHD-like. It's like we hyper-focus on 10,000 things at once, but when we get laser focused, man, we are productive. You know, we can come up with some amazing ideas because we can let the mind go. But then once we grasp or notice that positive idea or whatever it is, we can take off with it. Okay? Look, Heather, my kids, anytime I have a problem on my computer, I think I told y'all this, they're like, you need to close the 50 tabs that you have open. I'm like, I can't. And I have to have it right here in front of me so I can see it. Ready to celebrate your B-Day month? Oh my gosh, you're so extra. What are your thoughts on meeting a past life lover? I swear I knew this person in a past life and I'm so drawn to him. Oh, those would be, yeah, those are our soulmates. Yeah, that's how like you meet somebody, whether it's a lover or a friend or somebody like a coworker. You're like, I swear I know you. We have this connection that's like, you can't understand it any other way. It's because you've had past lives with them. And they play different roles in different lives, just like you play different roles in their lives, you know, as they come in for different lives. So, yeah, it's absolutely a thing. Make sure that it is a healthy connection because some of them come in to reflect the toxicity that's going on within. And you're like, I feel so drawn to him, you know, I feel so connected to him, but it could be through the chaos, through the trauma. And we don't want to do that. We just want to recognize what they're bringing out in us. And is it healthy or is it not? Because if it's not, girl, run. Like I know him on a deep level, but I don't actually know him that well. Yeah. Just make sure it's a healthy connection and not something that is you're bonding over chaos and toxicity. Because that's easily done. And the way I describe it is, you know, we're all vibrating at different levels, right? When we're in our high vibration, we're in a healthy state, okay? So whenever we meet another person vibrating at this high level, we feel like we know them. They feel comfortable to us because they're on the same frequency, right? Same thing happens to low vibration. When you meet somebody, when you're at low vibration, when you're just down here in the dumps and everything, and you got chaos and trauma and bad habits and all this stuff going on, and you're vibrating down here and you meet somebody down here too, they feel familiar because you recognize each other's vibration. This is why you have to really focus on having yourself up here in this high vibration so you recognize other high vibrational people. And the people that are down here going like this, you're going to be like, doesn't feel right. Okay, does that make sense? I like to use visuals. You're welcome. All right, let's see what else we need to know. What else do we need to know? Look, we have envy, and it's direct, right? This person is so focused on other people that they're not even seeing that all the goodness and opportunities that they have in their life. I want to read this to you because it's a great reading. Oops. So it says lack, dissatisfaction. This card shows a woman holding a huge pearl in one hand and platter of coins and pearls in the other. She stands in a silver room looking out at a golden city on the horizon. She has a life of value already, but she ignores that and longs for the shining prosperity she sees elsewhere. Instead of feeling happy and fulfilled, Her desire for more only causes a deep sense of lack and dissatisfaction, and that energy shows in her dress. This card upright is telling you to let go of the jealousy and acknowledge the blessings you already have in your life. Now is the time to shift your focus. After all, when you envy others, it only attracts more to them, not you. Did you hear that? When you envy others, it attracts more to them. Why is that? Because you are holding space for that person to receive more. Do you understand how that works? You are visualizing them constantly having more, more, more. This is why celebrities get so rich and have all the things. They get free stuff all the time. They are so elevated because people put them up here. They continually visualize them as being better than them. And so they constantly attract more and more and more to their lives, and people down here stay the same. Does that make sense? This is real. This is energy. This is why they are constantly in front of you on social media, on your TV, everything, because the more you pay attention to them, the more they get. It is energy. It is a real thing, okay? So if you're ever jealous of somebody, stop, because there's no need to be jealous, right? But you are giving them your energy to get more of what it is that you want, okay? Now, if somebody else is jealous of you, could be this emperor right here, then that's a problem with them. If you're not doing anything to cause somebody to be jealous, or, you know what I'm saying, if you're not stepping out of the boundaries of a relationship, then that's a problem that needs to be handled, because that can turn really ugly really quickly. And if you have somebody in your life, in your circle, that is jealous of you, and you know this, and they're kind of like doing their own sabotage, move away from them. It is not worth it. Believe me, I've had relationships where it felt like a competition. Not, some love relationships, but friendships too. And I'm like, I am not here to compete with you. Like, this is stupid, right? We can all win. Stupid to be jealous and to compete with somebody that you claim to be your friend or your lover or your family member. It's dumb, okay? So just remember, if you are envious of them, you're giving them your energy for more. Okay, let me finish reading this right quick. It says, notice all that you have and thank the universe for it. If this card is near the appreciation card in your spread, now is the time to move from a consciousness of lack to one of value. With this shift, all things change. Okay, so value yourself, value the life that you have currently, and don't be envious of other people, because we know, we've talked about this before, what you see on social media and on the TV is not real at all. It's not real. It is a blip of what people want you to see. Okay? So let's, hang on, let me unhide stuff. How about if you're high vibe and they're low, but you know you can help? The only way you can help is by holding space for them. If you're up here vibing high and you see this other person's vibing low, be careful with that, because they will drag you down, okay? You continue to be the example of the high vibration. You hold space for them and everything, but I'm telling you, if you let them suck you down, they will. Because it's so much easier for them to pull you down than it is for them to rise up. They have to do the work. They have to be willing to do the work. You cannot do it for them, because they will suffocate you and drown you every time. Just like when a lifeguard goes to save somebody, they don't go out, they throw the raft. They're like, save yourself, because they know that if they go out there and try to save you, you're going to push them down underwater trying to save yourself, and they're going to drown. That's how it works, okay? I envy the life I deserved and didn't get, but this is still absolutely applies. Yeah, don't envy that life. You can still have it. You can make a wonderful life now. Amy, I'm so glad you said that to him. She said, you're welcome. Just not telling you happy birthday every day. Oh, good for you, Amy. Yeah, we've all left drama at high school graduation. Yes. Let's see. It's happened to me. Girlfriend, no contact for no reason. Now that she has a boyfriend. Oh, yeah, that happens. Yep, that happens. Okay, let me see here. Oh, yeah, I'm okay. I just have a cold sore. I was stressed about my book situation, and it's healing. So thank you. Yeah, it's just out there. It is what it is, but yes, it's healing. Okay, let's see what else we need to know this week. It's pretty deep, you know, it's pretty deep. All of this energy is moving. We had a really well balanced day on Saturday, and it's like, okay, you know, be aware of what plans you're making. Like, what are you planning for? You know that, what is it? Hope for the best, but plan for the worst? That's ridiculous. Have y'all ever stepped back to think about that? Hope for the best, but plan for the worst. Or prepare for the worst. Same thing. I hope for the best and plan for the best. You know? Makes no sense to me. Because you're like, yeah, I hope this works out, but God, I got to prepare just in case this doesn't happen. Where's all your energy going? Down here. Don't do that. Okay? Let's see what else. Ooh, Magic Prayer, number 32. We have never pulled this one. Magic Prayer. So let's see, because 3 is all about communication, right? 2 is about with the divine, okay? Because we're thinking about relationships here. And then 5 is change. But let's see what this book wants to tell us. If I can get to the page. Okay. Magic Prayer. Speak your prayers, listen for the answers, act in faith. When you see the Magic Prayer card, it is a reminder that your prayers will be answered. Spirit is always waiting to help you and to heal you when you're in need. That said, the best prayer is, Thy will be done through me. Thy will and not mine be done. So it's like you're allowing the divine and your higher self to connect with you, and it's going to operate through you, right? Not your ego mind. Remember, in the Emperor, he's in his ego mind. He's trying to make things happen just because he wants to do it. He wants to, you know, exude force over anything, okay? So be careful with that tomorrow. Conscious contact with your higher power is achieved through the ritual of prayer and meditation. Speak and listen to the divine force within the field of creation. Surrender your wishes and desires to Spirit. You may not get what you want, but you will surely get what you need. Your destiny awaits you. As long as you keep in conscious contact with your higher power, be assured that you are on the right path. I mean, you can't go wrong, okay? When you are always connected to your higher power, to God, Source, the Creator, the universe, the divine, whatever you choose to call it, you can't go wrong, okay? But you have to not just keep talking at them. You also have to actually listen. You have to open yourself up to receive, which is interesting because I was sitting here looking at this card, the King of Pentacles, as I was shuffling. You notice the pentacle is silver, okay? Silver is a feminine energy, okay? Silver is the receptive energy. So he's always open to receiving what is nurturing to him, what is needed, okay? Because he rules the house of resources. So he's always receiving everything that he needs in order to get where he wants. But he's not crazy about it. He's not delusional about it. He's like, I'm thinking practically and logically that when I pray, or prayer is really like to give gratitude, okay? Affirmations and things like that are more so like the request because you're speaking it into existence. But he's like, when I need something, when I set my intentions on something, I know that I will be provided for because I'm open to receiving all of that energy. And that's just how they come across as like lucky. But they're not lucky, they're just aligned. They're very just like, this is how it works. Like, why don't you understand this? You know? So, yeah. Does that make sense? Done with today? Uh-oh. Rice all over the floor. Oh no. Look, this morning I woke up to a cantaloupe had on my countertop that I've only had not very long at all. I don't even, maybe a week. It had completely like just liquefied all over my countertop. It was disgusting. And that just reminded me that I forgot to ask my oldest to take the trash out. Damn it. No, I'm going to have to do it. It was disgusting. So I was like, okay, well, this is how we're starting the day. It's making sense? Good, good, good. Okay. Let's see, let's see. And it could be also on Thursday, you know, if you've been contemplating taking a day off, that would be a good day. If you feel like nothing's happening, everything's on stagnant, everything feels stagnant on Thursday, that's okay, because that's the energy that's presenting for Thursday. So it's like, let me just chill and see what's going on around me. Let me observe what is happening and not focus on what isn't. Let me observe, where's my attention? Okay? Because remember, he's hanging from the tree of knowledge. So this is a really great opportunity to meditate, to receive some divine guidance, to realize what needs to be let go. You know, there might be like a big decision that needs to be made as far as some sort of sacrifice. But again, the sacrifice is always going to be something that is not good for you. Okay? Oh, didn't we just get... So look at this. So we have magic prayer. Now we have magic eggs. And it's 23 and 32. They're mirroring each other. 23 and 32, magic prayer, magic eggs. This says beginning something is exciting. They didn't do very well on their punctuation on these cards. I love these cards, but it's very interesting to read the sentences. Something exciting, okay? Because this is change, to change, right? And that's why we have the Hanged Man. He's like, look, you got to let go of some shit if you want to bring in something, okay? Like, also, you don't realize this, but sometimes paying for something can be seen, well, it can always be seen as a sacrifice, right? Because you're giving money to receive something. You're giving away something to get something. Knowing that the money can always return back to you, right? Money is just a tool. I was talking to my friend about this the other day. I think it was Friday. She's like, yeah. She's like, I don't give a shit. She's like, money comes and goes. Money is just bullshit. She's like, it's just energy. It's all made up. And I was like, yes, absolutely. We love having these deep conversations. And, you know, energy just is. So you sacrifice money to receive something even better, okay? Something that's going to further you on your journey. Because money just sitting there, yes, it can grow, 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 but what is it helping you to do? How is it heightening the sense of you? Because, you know, people like to say that money is the root of all evil. It's not. Money heightens who you naturally are. Think about that. It is an energy that heightens who you naturally are. So who are you when you have money? Are you generous? Are you lazy? I can be lazy sometimes, not gonna lie, because I'm like tired, but you know, I work my ass off every other day, right? So it's like, okay, I have to balance myself between like, oh, I need a break, take a day off, or, you know, am I just being unproductive because, I don't know, my brain is on overload, right? But it exaggerates who you are, what's going on in here. So think about that. If you were to win the lottery, think about that. Who would you be? Would it be a better version of you, or would it be a more egoic version of you? There's where your work lies, okay? I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything. You love that? Good. I mean, that's all it is. And you can tell the universe, I want to know what it's like. I want to see what it's like to receive money easily and effortlessly. And try it. What else? Let's do Numerology. We haven't done this in a while. We also have the full moon in Sagittarius coming up, you guys. That is, what is that, Wednesday? Or is that Wednesday or Thursday? Can y'all remind me? Because I don't have my calendar in front of me. I think it's Thursday. Let's see, what else do we need to know this week? What else do we need to know about this week? We have emotions are running high, super moon. Okay? Wednesday is, I don't know how to pronounce that. Wesak Day? What does that mean? Okay, also an auspicious Hinduism prayers day. Cool. It's Thursday? Okay. I thought so. I wanted to make sure. Okay, so we have emotions are running high, super full moon. Well, why are emotions running high? Because we just went into Gemini season and it causes the mind to be extremely active. What happens when the mind is extremely active? It makes us anxious and it makes us emotional. That's why it's really important for you to recognize how the energy affects you, and you can get on top of it. You can focus the mind. You can focus the emotions, okay? So with the full moon in Sagittarius, well, what is Sagittarius all about? It's about freedom. It's about spirituality. It's about travel. It's about experiences, okay? Sagittarius wants to move, right? So we have a mutable sign and a mutable sign, okay? So a full moon and a mutable sign under Gemini sun, okay? So we have all of this mutable energy, like I just want to move, I want to feel free, I want to experience, I want to learn, I want to grow, I want to travel. So it's all those things. So if you're trying to manifest this life of freedom, what does a full moon want you to do? It wants you to come to the realization and look at how life is reflecting back to you, and then let go of the things that are no longer serving you. So it makes perfect sense now, especially that the Hanged Man is on Thursday. Okay? Get it? Yeah, Jupiter's moving into Gemini too. Okay, see, I knew Venus was. So yeah, everybody's moving into Gemini. Oh, goodness. So yeah, I mean, it's a lot. This is why we have all of this energy, right? And Jupiter makes things big. It expands things. And then, like I said, we have the full moon in Sagittarius. Well, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. More expansion, more emotions, more thoughts, more. Okay? So you've got to focus that energy on what is it that you are wanting, okay? Because we have all this energy here saying, okay, step back and wait. Do you even have a plan? Can you see whatever it is that you're wanting? Because like I said, today, Two of Wands in reverse, things might be a little unclear, so you need to sit back and make a plan. Observe where you've come, how far you've come. And ask yourself, where would I like to go from here? Have you ever asked yourself that? Have you ever decided, maybe I would like to take a trip? How can I make that happen? How can I start manifesting this? Well, you start figure out, where would you like to go? Where would you like to stay? What sights would you like to see in that location? You don't worry about the money, okay? You just focus on, how would I like to have this experience? And then you start just like engulfing yourself in all of that. And then all of a sudden, the pieces start to fall into place. Right now, you might not be able to see it, but you're still making a plan, okay? You're like, okay, I've reached this point in my life, in my career, in my relationship. It's going to be different for everybody. And you're like, I would like to experience more in a healthy manner, right? So you start engulfing yourself in that energy of that experience, and you don't worry about the money. The money will come, okay? So, yeah. And then on Tuesday, like I said, we have the Emperor in reverse. This could be something, I personally feel like this is on a societal level instead of a personal level. I could be wrong. You might experience some sort of Emperor in reverse type of energy, okay? Just know that when I was talking to somebody the other day, we were talking about my ex-husband, because he used to call and like bully me all the time. This was when we first got divorced. And I said, man, one of the first things that I realized, one of the best things that I realized is that I could just hang up the phone. You know, I didn't have to listen to that shit anymore. And I could hang up the phone. And I told him, if you're going to call and you're going to cuss me out, you're going to do all these things, I'm going to hang up the phone because I'm not going to listen to this shit anymore. So if you're dealing with somebody like this, do what you got to do to set the boundary. Okay? If this is you wanting to be aggressive, wanting to like take egoic action to try to get somebody to do something because you think they should, it's not a good look. Okay? But it also could be, like I said earlier, you might need to dismantle something that you thought was working for you, but now we need to maybe like start back at the drawing board. And then Wednesday we have the King of Pentacles, which is like, okay, I'm in a good energy right now. I'm thinking practically. I'm growing. I'm receiving. I am engulfed in whatever it is that I want, right? Very Venus type energy because Venus is moving into Gemini on Thursday, right? So it's going to be maybe some sort of Venusian communication. This could be you communicating with the divine. It could be somebody else communicating with you. All this wonderful energy. And then we get to the Hanged Man on Thursday, which is release and seeing things from a different perspective. Okay? So remember, on Wednesday, we're doing the Reiki and Sound Bath session. And then that'll lead you into lovely Thursday energy of... Because it takes a lot to shed this energy, you guys. It comes off in layers. It doesn't just happen at once. You don't just unzip and you step out of it and you never deal with it again. That's not how life works. There are no hacks to life. So if somebody's trying to sell you a hack, run, okay? Because it's BS. There are no hacks when it comes to healing, shedding, and growing into your real self, okay? It's all in layer after layer after layer. That's how it works. And if anybody ever tells you that they've reached this pinnacle point where nothing ever affects them and they've just got life figured out and blah, 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 run, okay? Because even people that like do, you know, spiritual work, that teach and things like that, things still affect us. I mean, God, I got a cold sore because I was dealing with something very stressful and it upset me and it was irritating and disappointing, and it showed up on my face because I had to communicate this to everybody, right? But it's part of life. Shit happens. We move on, right? That's how life works. So there are no hacks. You're always going to have to deal with things. It's just how are you going to rise above it and see it from this spiritual perspective and be willing to let go of things, be willing to release so you can have that experience that you are setting into motion, okay? Let's see. There we go. Growth, number one. I told y'all. It's all about you and your growth, okay? It's all about you coming into your own, peeling back the layers week after week after week, okay? Practicing what it's like to be in your higher power, to be connected to your higher power week after week after week, because it takes a ton of practice, okay? Yeah, Hanged Man's on the full moon. Yeah, my body's defense mechanism. Yeah, it was like, oh, hell, here we go. Do you ever get tired having to always be aware in this new psychic world? Sometimes I get tired emotionally. It is exhausting. It is exhausting, but it starts to become something that is just natural, and you have to really focus on letting things go, okay? So when you become more and more awake, it can become more depressing because you're starting to see all the negativity, right? But you have to really allow yourself to see all the beauty of life as well. And you have to detach your own personal energy from things that are draining you. You know, we can only do so much, and we can hold space, we can do all the things, but you can't let all the negativity push you down, because that's exactly what it wants to do. It wants to push you down. We have to be the light. And yes, it can be exhausting. This is why it's really important for us to take care of ourselves. This is why it's really important to hear these messages every week and weekend, to be able to use this energy so it's not just like a guessing game, you know? Oh, I like, yeah, healing is literally like a playing game. So is ascension. Ascension, yes, healing and ascension, same thing, like a playing a video game. You level up. You go through all this shit you have to try over and over again, and then boom, you finally get it. It's like playing freaking Mario Brothers. God, I remember that. Absolutely. And the levels do sometimes get harder. But then you learn. You're like, okay, I know exactly what to do here. And then it becomes easier. Yeah, I love that. Let's do the Soul Helper Oracle. I struggle because I'm analytical. And those two words, struggle and... Yeah, analytical is really hard because I'm very analytical as well, but you have to catch your mind. You have to really govern the mind to be like, okay, am I over analyzing this? What am I doing? Am I self-sabotaging? Because very easy to do that. But yeah, I totally empathize with you. Oh, I gotta validate myself. Hang on. Or verify myself. Not validate myself. That's funny. I validate myself all the time. Let's see what else. All right, this is a message from your higher self. A light-filled angel is at your side. It watches over you at every dark doorway. It's number 38. More communication, you guys. Okay? So 3 is that communication, is that expression. 8 is karmic energy, but it's also prosperity and abundance. Well, they are one and the same. Okay? Karmic energy and prosperity are one and the same. It's just both vibrational. So it can be low or it can be high. Okay, you're always going to experience the ebb and flow of life. So you have to be willing to ride that roller coaster and realize that you are never alone. You really aren't. Okay? That's why it's really important to pay attention, to always be tapped in and not let life distract you as much as it does. If you're analytical, it's incredibly helpful to know how to connect with the body. Yes, because the body will let you know what's true when the mind is overthinking. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. There are some things. There was something that I was thinking of doing, and then on Friday, I got that visceral reaction when I was thinking about doing what I was going to do, and I was like, I don't think I should do that. I don't think that's a good idea. And I even talked to my friend Jenny, and I was like, you know, I was gonna do this, and she kind of like her energy shifted too, like, And I was like, but on the way here, I had this just gut feeling of no, not a good idea. And she was like, yeah, I don't feel like it's a good idea either. And so I didn't. And that's it. That's how you follow it. You feel it. Okay? This is why you have to be really in tune to your body, because you do feel it. Ain't that the truth? Spiritual journey has been a life goal, and it's still times of self-doubt creep in. Yeah, absolutely. They really do. Let's see. It's just like any other exercise. Yes. Hurting a little and being tired makes you stronger. Yeah. Yep. It's all just an experience, you guys. It's just the way life is. We have to go through these ebbs and flows because otherwise life would suck. It would be so boring. We would be here for no reason. Okay? We have to go through these... Okay, calm down. We have to go through these tough times in order to grow, in order to expand, in order to build our spiritual muscle, right? That's the only way that us as humans will do it, because otherwise we're just going to be complacent. And tell me I'm lying. We get too comfortable in our comfort, whether that be discomfort or actual comfort. So if we don't have anything, disrupting the apple cart, we're not going to do anything. It's just how we are. That's why, the governments And the elite get away with everything that they get away with is because they know that we by nature are complacent. We're not going to do anything. But we could easily. We could change this whole world, but we have to all decide to actually do it, you know? Let's see. I see a lot of purple in the oracle cards. Purple is that very spiritually connected color, okay? It's the color of royalty. All right, so we have mistakes as our money message, okay? Let's read what it says. Number 1, a past mistake left you financially insecure and unsure what to do, right? So you've gotten some money. Maybe you tried to do something to build your finances and it didn't work. Either you blew all your money or the situation didn't work out and now you're like, well, that was it. That was my one shot. No. You have many opportunities to make money. That was just one that didn't work out for you. That's just one that was not going to be your avenue. Moving on. Okay? Number 2, your current financial situation was your own doing. Accept responsibility for it. Have you accepted responsibility for your financial situation? If not, if you're too busy blaming other people, you're still stuck, okay? You have to accept financial responsibility. So what that means is you have to accept responsibility for your lack because, you know, maybe you put yourself in situations to where your money was not reflecting what all the work you're putting in. Maybe you were putting out more money than is coming in. Maybe, you know, trying to keep up with everybody in social media. But your financial responsibility is also your responsibility to think differently, to move differently, to know that there are so many opportunities out there for you to gain money. Okay? And you have to take action because it's not going to just fall into your lap, right? And it's not saying that you were never victimized when it comes to money. Like, I was a stay-at-home mom for many years and had to go through a divorce to get myself out of a very toxic situation. I had no money. I had nothing. I had to start over. And I worked my ass off to get here. Okay? So we have to fix the things that we were victimized in and call it a lesson and use it as fuel. Does that make sense? Number 3, learn from your mistakes and let it go. You will get through it. Yes, absolutely. You absolutely will. It's all on how much effort you're willing to put into your financial growth. Okay? You got to learn some new things. They've made this financial game extremely difficult. But if you put in the energy and effort to at least figure some of it out, then you will succeed. Okay? Paying my son's medical bills was so stressful and I'm still recovering. Oh, I bet it was. I've moved on and started from zero and officially started college this past weekend. Good for you, Lindsay. See, y'all are awesome. You were told you have a purple aura on Friday. Nice. That's a great aura color to have. All right, let's see. Let's get one from the Rebel deck right quick. But this is a really, it's a really positive message that we've gotten here. It's like, okay, we're shedding more layers. We are deconstructing things. We are seeing what's happening in society because we have 2 major arcana showing up, right? And one of them is letting go, maybe letting go of this stupid belief that we're all meant to suffer, right? That we're all, like, it's noble to suffer. It's such bullshit. It is not noble to suffer, okay? Being a martyr is not it. It's not going to get you anywhere, okay? So maybe we're having to sacrifice or let go of these old thoughts and beliefs of the way that things used to be, because look, the world is changing on a major scale, right? So we have to start letting go of the old ways that we used to do things, of the old ways that we used to believe that we can't cause a difference, but we actually can. We rule this world. We are the majority. Okay, but we all have to start thinking collectively in order to make change. And I think this is why we're getting so much more pressure now from the higher ups I like to call them the lower downs because they're not in a good vibration. But that's why we're getting so much more pressure from them. That's why they're making life more difficult for us, because we are waking up and we're realizing that we've been sold a sack of shit. You know? Like to think about it. Step back and think about it for a second. Life. You're born. Then you go to school. You learn ways to be a productive member of society, right? Then you have to go work your entire life till you're 65 or older just to survive, just to live. You know, to have food, to have water, to have electricity, to have shelter. You have to work 65 plus years, and you get this amount of time of freedom to go enjoy life. I'm sorry, that is back-ass words. That is bullshit. That is not life. That is slavery. My opinion. You can agree or disagree. It's bullshit. So things are changing. What else do we need to know? See? Some good shit is about to happen. Don't let your issues fuck it up. Don't self-sabotage. Okay? Some good shit is about to happen. Don't let your issues fuck it up. Okay? Don't let the low vibrational part of yourself screw things up. Don't let somebody else overstep your boundaries and knock you down, and knock you out of your goal. Okay? Don't let anybody do anything to keep you from what you know, right? We have this beautiful image here. Y'all like that? Don't let anybody take this away from you, okay? Because here we have the magic egg. You have beginnings of something magical happening, right? You're planting the seeds. You're going to have haters. They're everywhere. Don't pay attention to them. Do not give them any energy. You will always have haters. I have always had haters. I will always have haters. I don't give a shit. They're really just fans. Okay? They watch me. They talk about me. Go ahead. Do it. I don't give a shit. You know, it's not my problem. None of my business. My focus is on me and my children, y'all, you know, my family and friends, all of that. That's my focus. I don't care about anybody else that wants to cause, toxicity in my life or anybody else's life. I'm not interested. And that's why I tell people that I'm just not interested. I have unfollowed so many people because of their toxicity. And I'm like, I don't have the patience for it anymore. Like people that I know personally, like on Facebook, they're, making degrading statements about women and things like that. And I'm just like, I'm done with you. I'm not even interested. I just unfriend them. I don't say anything to them. Some of them I've talked to, like certain posts that they've made. And I'm like, I don't think you quite understand what this is about. And they are so hell-bent on not understanding. So I'm like, okay, well, we're done with this conversation. It's not healthy at all. And I don't give two shits. I don't care. I'm like, bye. Like you can stay in that toxic place and you can stay angry and you can choose to not listen to anything and you're going to be right back here in the same place in 20 years. Have fun. I don't care. The circle keeps getting smaller and smaller, and it will. The more that you wake up, thank you, Charlotte, the more that you wake up and you see things and you are willing to make these moves, it gets so much better because you're not wasting time trying to change somebody. Because we look at this emperor, right? When he's in reverse, he wants to make everybody like him because he thinks he's the greatest. He is like, you have to be like me. You need to hear my opinion. You need to this and this and that. And you're going to follow me. And you're going to, you don't have to. You don't have to pay him any attention at all. Because remember, when we give somebody our attention, we are giving them energy. Just like the whole thing about the celebrity, the envy energy, right? You see these people so high up here and you visualize them that way, always. And so you are giving them that boost, that energy. When you take that energy away, they have to do it themselves. Okay? Give some to yourself. You deserve to have this nice visualization and support energy for whatever it is that you want to achieve, whatever it is that you want to experience, okay? So if you're dealing with people that are so much in their ego that they're so toxic and they just degrade people and they feel like everybody should bow down to them, no, don't give them any energy. It's trash. It really is, okay? I have such a small circle. I'm like, where is everyone? Yeah, oh, mine is super small. Super small. Thank you, Amy. So yeah, I hope you all have a great week. If you have not gone into Tarot Apprenticeship yet, the self-paced, I highly recommend it because I'm hoping to get it finished this week. The Tarot workshop is going to be on Saturday or Sunday. I'm trying to decide, probably Saturday during the day. I will let everybody know that's on the wait list when that's going to be. So if you're not on the wait list, get on the wait list. It's linked in my bio. It's right there on my homepage, okay? Just enter your information and submit it, and you're going to be on the wait list, and I will email everybody there. If you've already taken my tarot classes, you do not need to come to this tarot workshop, okay? This is for people that that need help with like tarot basics and everything, and so we want to leave spots open for them, okay? You've already taken my classes, you're taking the tarot apprenticeship, you don't need the workshop. You're learning so much more in tarot apprenticeship, okay? So let's leave the spaces open for them. But yeah, if you haven't gotten into tarot apprenticeship, I would do it ASAP because it's going to go to this full price as soon as it's done, and my goal is to have it finished this week, okay? Just giving you a heads up. The sound bath and Reiki session is happening on Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you're not in the soul healing group, you are not going to be on my list. If you haven't accepted your invitation for the soul healing because you moved from the VIP Soul Collective, then you're not going to be on my list. I don't know what to tell you. I've sent out the invitation so many times. So if you're not in there, you need to email me or go look in your email for your invitation and accept it, okay? So I hope you all have a wonderful week. If you need anything else, the link is in my bio, okay? Mwah. I will see you back here Friday morning, 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, and we'll look at what's coming up for the weekend, okay? All right, y'all have a wonderful week. Bye.